Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your Sunday night Grumpy Old Reds, where your weekend starts right. Oh no, that's X Factor. Your weekend ends right here. That's depressing. Forget what I just said, right? Just hit the like button and subscribe. Hope you all are doing well. We got a lot to talk about tonight. There's a few angry panelists on certain subjects as well. And just to let you guys know, we've just done an interview with Ben Jacobs where he tells us about all the Forest players that are going to leave, all the Forest players that are coming in, and everything else involved. That will be out for you guys tomorrow. To make sure you don't miss that. There is some interesting, especially around Murillo, some interesting stuff. But hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget there are a few tickets still left for that Murillo signed frame shirt. So if you do want it, scan that QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the chat, and it'll be in the description as well. All right, good to see you all in the chat. Mabs, we're all right, hun. I love that line. I still love that line. And yeah, Ant, you're still rocking that beard, mate. How's the beard?
Yeah, I didn't shave it off now because I'm scared of what I might look like.
Twat. Twat.
Yeah, exactly. My point.
I'd probably struggle to recognise you, Ant, at the game. So yeah, keep it, man.
Yeah.
It does suit you.
Crypto, what's going on with that fan above your head, man? It's giving me a bit of OCD.
I'm in Espanol, following the team like a true fan.
Yeah, you were one of the.
That wasn't meant to. Excuse the pun. Excuse the pun. Excuse the pun.
Oh, there was a pun there.
Oh, was a pun. Okay, we missed that as well.
I'm following the
Was
team
it
like a true fan.
That was
Like
a
a
proper
true fan.
tumbleweed.
That's not worth a tumbleweed.
It gets the tumbleweed, mate. It gets the tumbleweed. All right, a couple of quick shout outs first. Paul with the 23 months. Paul, thank you so much. Stop fucking clicking. 23 months. Stoney with the 20 months. That's nearly as old as his age, man. He's been a member since he was born, pretty much.
Stoney.
Yeah. You want me to do an impression of Ant again? Ant had a go at me about my impressions on him the other day.
No.
To get revenge.
No. It just made me laugh because it was such a poor effort. That was all.
Shut the hell up, man. It was quality. Chris with the 18-month. Ant was a great watch last night. No, Ant nearly got kicked off. Shout out to Sava and all the work he did on the charity stream, right? But Ant decided to have a rant, right, while we were guests, talking about how crap Messi was, yeah, and that the World Cup is meaningless and pointless. And I had to sit there silent.
It's about Ballon d'Or being I said it's a load of bullshit. Okay. And I gave some examples as to why. But you guys would be proud of me because I wasn't on there for 5 minutes before I said, oh, I've got a question to ask this guy. In the past 50 years, I'm going to arbitrary figure 50 years. Who's won the most European Cups? Forest or Tottenham? Who's won the most league titles? Forest or Tottenham? In fact, who's won the most league cups? Forest or Tottenham? So, yeah. Got off on the right foot. Let them know where I stood.
Joker with the 199. Wolfie Day, can you be our new number 9? I was a cam back in my playing days before I retired at the age of 21.
You didn't have cams in your day.
Mate, I was a cam. I was a quality cam.
Midfielders in your day.
It was cam, mate. It was cam.
Yeah, 4-4-2, mate.
All right, we're going to talk about the memberships. Yeah, well, someone in particular is going to want to kick us off on that. We're going to talk about some of the preseason stuff. I want to kick off a bit about the kit prices, and then we got some general talk on the players and a bit of transfer news, etc. So let's kick this off with the members stuff, and because unlike our membership, which is 99p, if you want to be a member, ! Member in the chat, and you got a few things that niggled away.
Yeah. Little things have peeved me a little bit about it. Several things actually. Now I am speaking from a position of strength here because I got my upgrade. Okay, so I'm not being bitter and twisted. Yeah.
All right. Well, you are.
So first thing, they sent everybody an email. Now, unlike some people, I don't read my emails every day. So had it not been for my WhatsApp Forest friends, I wouldn't have even known because you had 1 day to read to upgrade. 1 day.
Yeah.
By the way, let's start from the beginning. Forest issued a number of, you could enter a ballot to go into a draw to be upgraded from plus membership to pro membership, and from pro membership to a season ticket. This one was for the plus membership to pro membership. Okay,
Yeah.
I had a plus membership, so they sent out an email saying, "Oh, congratulations! Like you've satisfied the criteria. Put your name in, or click this link, and you'll be put into a ballot to be upgraded." So had I not been on WhatsApp that day, I wouldn't have even known that. So I think that's pretty poor from the club. That I went every single game last season, home game last season, but I could have missed out on that purely because I didn't look at my emails on that particular day. I think it should have been better publicised.
Just to back up your point on that, I didn't even get an email. I found out on Twitter and logged into my account and it said I was eligible. Okay. But I'd never got the email. And then, you, I was successful. Never got the email after that either. Haven't had any emails at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely got the email.
But my point is, even if that had worked, that everybody that should have got an email got me an email. As I say, people don't necessarily look at their emails every single day, especially as you might have a separate business email, personal emails or whatever.
OnlyFans emails.
OnlyFans. So you can easily slip back. So that was the first thing that annoyed me, because I thought I was totally oblivious to this until I went to WhatsApp and got told. Okay, so that's
and you know what? Can I just show my side of it as well? Because I was a plus member like Ant as well last season, and to be fair, luckily managed to get tickets for every single game, and we should say this off the record really, but helped others, games that I didn't get to, others got to, so we bought tickets for every single game. But anyway, so I didn't know about it until Ant's brother Nathan gave me a message and told me to get on it, and literally got on it, registered. Unfortunately, out of all of us, I was the only one who didn't get upgraded, but I'm okay with that. The fact of the matter of what Ant's saying is the process is all wrong. It really makes there's a certain group of people that it really kind of punishes a little bit. And you're looking at older generation, how many of them check their emails and stuff like that, or going to upgrade their memberships, or
use an email as
exactly. But yeah. I think the system's all messed up and it doesn't favour the majority in this situation.
I mean, there are other ways they could have publicised it. They could have put it in the Evening Post because they're very tight with the Evening Post. They could have put it on. I mean, I don't know if they put it on Twitter.
They could have told us. They could have told us.
We're missing the main point here. The
Lots
main
of
point.
Ways they could have done it.
The main point is what happened to Nikki. Sorry, I'll just interrupt you for a few seconds. The main point is what happened to Nikki, Speak of the Devil. And he kind of deserves it because he hates Sangare. But if we put that aside, what is not right, and I was scared of this as well, is that when you so last year, I'll just do a quick rundown. Right, I've been to lots of Forest matches in the past, but for 2 years before the Premier League season, I got free tickets, went to every game, blah blah blah. Wasn't able to get a membership. So last year I had the standard My Forest or whatever it was called. This year you're asked again to do the same thing. So you're spending, I can't remember what it is it 90 quid you're spending with no guarantee?
75 quid for plus.
75 quid. But there's zero guarantee, as Nikki found out, that you'll even be upgraded. So someone like Nikki has had to buy a membership again for 75 quid. Has not been successful in the ballot.
I don't think it's that.
And that, but now he's third tier again for a second season running. He should be automatically upgraded to the next level of membership. Why should people have to pay to effectively try to be in the ballot? Because if you're unsuccessful, you're not going to get a ticket unless someone returns it. Because that's how it works.
The whole thing's a rip off anyway. The whole thing's a rip-off. Why are football clubs doing? Well, we know why. Anyway, let me just go on for a few more little points.
Go on.
So I eventually got on to, having been told about it, I got on my email. And so you press the link and you go to the site, and that in itself is confusing as hell. But you put your link. So no, once you're on the site, because it doesn't like most professional entities will take you straight through to
the
where you
page.
press a button
Yes.
to
Yes.
update
Yeah.
it. No,
Yes.
no, not with Forest. No.
No.
You go onto the website, and then you make
Landing
your own
page.
way.
Yeah.
You don't know where to look. You don't,
Yeah.
Anyway,
And it
You
never
get on
keeps
it,
you
and-
logged in, even though you tell it to save it. Anyway, go on.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it then is hella confusing, right? You go onto the actual page, and you're looking at it, and it's saying to enter the ballot, blah blah blah, standard. That's what it says, standard. I mean, my brother, somebody, it might have been brother, was worried, hang on, are they going to downgrade me from plus to standard if I'm going to this ballot? Because it literally says standard. Okay, you take a risk and you think, I'll risk it. So you go on there. Eventually it says, yay, you've been successful. Send you 99 quid. And you think, hang on, whoa, hang on. I'm upgrading from £75 to £99. That's 24 quid. Why aren't you just taking 24 quid off me? Why are you asking for another 99? What if I was in a situation where I just didn't have that cash at the time?
Yeah.
You know, there are people out there that work hard
Agreed.
and they live from month to month, and at the end of the month, they're
Agreed.
down. They can't afford just to chuck another 99 quid at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Every other upgrade I've ever done for anything, you just pay for the upgrade. You don't pay it all and then wait for them to send you 75 quid back.
I mean, to be fair, they do send it back, but that's not the point. Exactly what I said.
Yeah.
People
It's not back
don't
yet,
have
though,
that
is it?
extra money. It's an extra 100 quid.
Yeah, it's
No.
an extra £100 for PS, what I'm saying. So, again, the whole thing seems to me like they're that complacent, they can just chuck out this stuff and they'll know they'll get it back. Yeah, and nobody dare say anything because somebody else will have it if you don't. Yeah, so they're that complacency. That's what it is. There was something else as well. It slipped my mind. It slipped my mind. But
it's part of that.
that's
But
basically it.
But the demand is outstripping the supply at the moment, and they can get away with it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's complacency.
Yeah,
but that's not what you want from a
it's
football
screwing
club, is
over
it?
some
From
of
your
the
football
fans.
club, you want them to at least give the impression they care about you as fans, but they don't even do that. They're just not bothered. It's just there you go. You know,
I mean, look at this. Look at what Joker's saying. Thank you for the $4.99, buddy. He's saying that was an absolute joke. I think he's trying to say. Me and my dad spent 4 hours, and the support team said we're not looking at it right. I mean, what kind of service is that? You call a support team for support, and they blame you for not looking at it right.
It's so complicated as well to get registered. If I hadn't read through exactly what Nathan told me, you had to sign in, sign back out, wait for your symbol to go white before you could go in. And it's fucking ridiculous.
Is that why you didn't get it, Ez? Because it didn't go brown?
Yeah. Mine didn't go white.
Yeah, I just had a message from my brother. I've just had a message from my brother who comes out with an important point. It's gone off my screen now. Let me just get it up. But it is a good point. We paid £10 to go on a waiting list. For season tickets.
Yeah.
Now we have upgraded. Do we get that £10 back? Because when you're in pro, you're automatically on the waiting list.
Or when we get to the end of the season, they'll say, "Oh, do you want to get on a waiting list? Pay another 10 quid." That's what we'll do, man. We'll definitely.
It's all about the interest they'll make on the money, man. It's all about the interest. Stand-ups, we'll be more than happy if you wanted us on a podcast or anything like that. Rogue Gallery, more than happy. So yeah, just reach out to us, buddy. Not a problem.
Also, and I don't know if this is true or not, but when we get upgraded, we won't have to pay for another fucking pack, will we?
Oh, what, you want your free key ring and scarf, do you?
I've not got it yet, so I don't know.
No, you have to pay for delivery on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was the other thing, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Because you couldn't get out of that. You had to add back to the.
That's what I'm saying. So we've already paid for
another £5.
Now we're going to have to pay for another one.
Yeah, but I've got to say, I agree with you on the website, man. It is easier to Google specifically what you want on Forest, even to get to like the club shop. Yeah, it's easier to go and Google, put Nottingham Forest club shop, rather than go on a Forest website to then find a link to the club shop. Just like even on Forest TV, you can't find the match. They for some reason they email you the link, but you can't physically just log on to find the match. It's so 1990s.
And like you say, every time you go back on it, even though you say keep me keep
Yes,
me
it doesn't
logged
keep
in.
you logged in. Yeah.
And every
Yeah, it
time I
doesn't.
log in,
And it makes you
it tells me
update
to
your
update the
profile.
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
so annoying. And the thing is, even if you manage to find the match, you can't watch it because it's filmed on a bloody Nokia 3210.
That's the next. That's the next.
Well, we're coming on to that,
look,
right?
we've got
We'll
that.
come
It's-
on
I'm
to
on
that,
the-
definitely.
Yeah, so let's move on and talk about some of the friendlies and the stuff. Yeah, we're coming onto that side. We're coming onto that as well. There's a lot the club needs to sort out.
Yeah.
Just before I do, just a quick reminder: we got 547 of you in here across the
Like
platforms. Evening, all. Hope you're all doing well. Please make sure you've hit that like button. Got anything urgent you need to get to us? Just like the likes of Joker, chuck your super chats in. We'll make sure they're read in due course as well.
Yeah.
And don't forget your tickets for the framed signed Murillo shirt. And if you hit ticket 249, you will save yourself 75 quid because you get the new Forest home kit instantly. Ticket
Nice.
249. Remember
Nice.
that one. And Murillo, sorry, not Murillo, Aina, if you hit ticket 43, insta win on Murillo. So if you get it while we're live now, let me know so I can let the rest of the guys know as well. The link's pinned in the
Go on,
comment. Oh, he's
No,
thinking about it. I don't know what the best prize
I'm
is.
tempted. I'm tempted.
I don't know what the best prize is because that new home kit, you're saving
New home
75
kit.
quid.
Yeah.
Aina, he's like number one for me right now. And Murillo, that frame and that LED-ness around it is a bit like mine, but better, man. I'm tempted. Okay,
I bought my
let's
ticket. No,
Huh?
I put my hand up for ages.
go on.
I just wanted to finish the subject off because my brother is the world's best complainer.
Yeah.
In an
Next to
official
you.
proper
Fucking
way,
is
you
as
know,
well.
emails and letters and stuff like that. And he's just sent
All right.
he just sent me a text saying regarding the free pack you get, but you have to pay the postage at $4.99. I'm taking mine to the shop for a refund after I've had it weighed at a post office to check the postage costs. Sure, it's not $4.99. Go on, bro.
Typical Nathan. Typical Nathan. Do you have any business cards for this channel? Yeah, just send us a WhatsApp message, bro. That's the easiest way. Exclamation mark WhatsApp in the chat. I'll just give you our number. Just drop us a message or reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram. Okay, let's talk about these friendlies because I hyped it up after Chesterfield. I thought we were fabulous in that second half. I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. I was bored stiff in that, especially in that second half against Sunderland, who I thought didn't turn up to play, by the way. They were low blocking their pants off.
Yeah.
But particularly first off.
Yeah, especially in that first half. They just had 10 men behind the ball. But really what I want to ask here, Crypto, is it a slightly worrying sign that if Forest are moving towards this semi-possession based team and we come up against crappy teams in the league, aka Leicester, for example, where we face a low block team, are we going to struggle to break a low block? And I know this is a full role reversal for us over the last couple of seasons, but is it a worry that we didn't seem to be able to break them down? I know he, as Forest Till I Die is saying, played a big part, but you could argue both sides were suffering from the heat. But do you think we're going to have the ability to create and break down teams that line up against us?
I mean, I never really pay too much attention to pre-seasons in terms of what it'll mean for the rest of the season. The first game was good, but look, the new players. It's a new team. They're subbing everybody off at half time. You've got players in there who will never play for the rest of the season. I would have thought people like Matt Turner and Worrell. So it's not. I don't know. It's a bit of a gimmick, isn't it? I agree with what you guys said before. If we played proper teams in the pre-season matches, you could almost go out there and treat it as a proper match. But this is not seemingly what is happening. The heat does have a massive impact. I mean, I'm here now, and yesterday it was 43 degrees, so it drains the energy right out of you. Whether you can use that as an excuse, I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, like, these players don't know each other. They've got, and I hate to say it, but they've got to gel again as a squad, which is one of the worst excuses which we heard from Cooper back in the day. But you've got 3 or 4 new players in there. You've got to re-gel, basically. We don't know if some of the people who had a great season last season, like Bolly, etc., if they're going to be on par as they were before. If you look at like Felipe, for example, and how he fell off last season, it's almost like a new team for me. So I don't know. I don't think it can be too critical in the preseason.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about being critical. I'm talking about just shaping up and looking ahead. Do you know what I mean? It's like I do see Nuno trying to push us towards a more possession-based team. But is that the right style, Ant, is really where I'm going with it. So we're going to be able to start breaking these team down. So there's a progress that's going to take a while.
There are a number of factors, aren't they, involved? And with that game, the last game we played against Sunderland, the heat, honestly, you know yourself, people say it's the same for both sides. Yeah, they were both fucking knackered. You know, on both sides were tired, and it does. I mean, we've all been in heat before. You can hardly bloody walk. You know what I mean? Never mind run about a football pitch playing football. I don't even know how they do it, to be honest. So I think that is a huge factor we have to take into account. The other thing is we are messing about with. I shouldn't say messing about, but you know what I mean, with formations and personnel. As regarding the likes of Worrell, I'm convinced it's got to be shop window. It cannot be any other reason to have him in both games unless it's shop window. Yeah, he wasn't captain.
Shop windowed, man. It did knock his value down off his performance.
I know. Seriously, that was a thought of mine. I thought, bloody hell, if anybody's watching this, it'd be even less. But you get my point. That I think that has to be a factor because Worrell's not going to be starting for Forest, nowhere near. So it has to be a factor. As regarding breaking teams down, look, we all know it can be really difficult to break any low block team down, no matter how good you are. We've seen it countless times. I mean, we've done it countless times to other teams. So, you know, I'm not gonna blame the players for that. Personally, I'm more optimistic and hopeful now than I was at the end of the season.
Yeah,
because I like the players we're bringing in. I can see what we're trying to do on the pitch. Players that had something to prove seem to be proving it. I think we know who we're talking about. Yeah. And that's a massive bonus. You imagine having a fit, lean, and he does look leaner and fitter than last season, Sangare.
Yeah.
He looks more excited to be there. Yeah, I know we are Prem, but your body doesn't know that. You know what I mean? I'm sure Sunderland players work hard. It's not just Premier League teams that work hard to gain fitness. Yeah, so with that, with the likes of and the new guy, Milenkovic, I'm really excited about. The more I hear about him, I mean, I remembered him from the Euros, so that in itself tells you something because, you know, I don't know any foreign players.
And I'll tell you what, Ben Jacobs was absolutely bigging him up through the roof. He's like, what a player you guys have got.
A bargain as well. The price,
12
mil. I mean, he was 30 mil a couple of seasons ago, and a lot of big teams were looking at him.
Yeah,
you know, we all know he's played hundreds of games for his club, Fiorentina, wasn't it? Or am I getting mixed up?
Yeah.
Over 50 caps for Serbia. This is a good player. 6'5", muscle, good in the air. Have you seen his stats? He's in the top 100 percentile for aerial duels won in Europe. The top. There's nobody better than him.
As well.
No more goals conceded from corners, ladies and gents.
Well, let's hope so.
Was the other thing I was going to say. That was the other thing I was going to say. Sorry, I almost forgot. The other thing that's given me real belief is the fact that many times in the past we've seen our team as a weakness in certain parts of the field. Everybody says we need to, and we don't. We've done it. We've addressed it. We've got a 6'8" goalkeeper, a 6'5" centre half. They should be dominant in the air. So we've actually gone and done what we needed to do, which is a breath of fresh air, quite frankly. Just need a striker, maybe a backup winger, and
maybe a right winger.
Yeah, I just want to ask Eds on, for me, the positives in terms of players. I look Callum Hudson-Odoi. He looks ready to start tomorrow for me in the Premier League. And he looks better than he did last season. I know it's only pre-season and stuff, but I'm talking about his temperament. And by the way, I've got an update on the video tomorrow. I've asked Ben Jacobs about the whole bid coming in from him, from the likes of Spurs and everything. So you'll want to hear what he has to say on that. But just talk to me about the players that stood out. Was Callum Hudson-Odoi one of them for you?
Yeah, I think in both games, and you're right. It's about the attitude, isn't it? And we've seen the behind-the-scenes clips of them traveling together to Spain, and you can see a real camaraderie, especially amongst the little group of them, which is Hudson-Odoi, Aina, and Elanga. That trio, those three amigos, they look really like well knitted together, and I think he looks settled. Last season, he grew into his role. He grew into. He became a fan favorite by the end of it, and he became a match winner as well. More importantly, and I think it all bodes well for him being. You can't put a price on a player being happy at a club, because
True.
what he's had to go through in his short career, young career so far, it's
Sorry
turmoil.
to interrupt us.
Go on.
Sorry to
Go on.
cut you off. There's reports coming out, as they're saying in the chat. A bid has come in for Sangare for 12 million plus 2 in add-ons.
Fenerbahce.
From
It's Jose, isn't it? Jose.
Jose.
Yeah.
I know nothing on this one. I'm getting loads of
Good
messages though.
Okay.
How true this
Why
is?
is 346 Moody saying Sangare 14 million? Take it. 14 million for an international defensive
He's been one of
midfielder,
our
which
best
is one of the
players in
most
the preseason.
one of
as
the
well.
most coveted positions in any football team.
Get rid and
you're saying
accept.
14 million.
Yeah.
Get rid and accept. Yeah, what are you saying?
I've been having this argument.
Is that all it's going to take to get rid of Sangare for you guys?
I've been having this argument on Twitter all the day because there's too many Yates sympathizers out there. Look, Sangare, before joining us, was one of the best midfielders you could buy. Yes, he didn't have a perfect season last season, but he had AFCON. He was ill for a long time. Did he have? Someone said he had malaria.
Injury.
So
yeah, he had malaria.
He was injured.
Possible.
His weight wasn't.
He was played out
right.
of position by Cooper.
He's looked played out of position. He looks like a completely different player in this preseason. And as Wolverines just said, he's smiling as well. And he looks happy. He looks like he wants to be part of the team.
Yes.
I think this season we should keep him. And I think he'll become one of the best players we have. We need to. What we saw last season is that we've basically lost control of our midfield because I'm not going to keep going on about him, but Ryan Yates cannot control a midfield in the Premier League. Ryan Yates is a substitute player. Someone like Sangare, alongside Anderson, can provide both defensive cover, the passing he needs, and an attacking prowess. And don't forget, we've got players like Danilo and Dominguez as options as well. So we've got a really strong core midfield at the moment. And I think if you get rid of Sangare, it would just be a complete waste of money. I mean, if you're going to sell him for a loss, I'd just not do it at all. It's a terrible idea.
I mean, I'm just glancing at it. I haven't had anything sent from anyone credible. This is coming from some dude called Orc.
He did something else before, and it was crap.
I can't even tell you who he is. Something to do with Fenerbahce. That's all I know. I'm trying to dig through these messages.
There's nothing on Evening Post, so it can't be true.
Well, if it's not on the Evening Post, we're good, guys. We're good. But yeah, someone's saying. I think Steve's saying, what a pointless poll. Except 12 plus 2 for Sangare. You say that, Steve, but 9% of the guys in the chat is saying yes. Yes, they are saying yes. So Joker's saying Forest Watch on Twitter posted about it. Yeah, but they're an aggregator, aren't they? They're an aggregator. So well, I assume you know what an aggregator is. They like collect the stories and then dish them out.
Throw enough shit and something might stick. Yeah, like one of those.
We could say it like that. So yeah, I'm 100% against this. I can't verify it. Obviously, we'll figure it out once we go off air. But it would be stupid, surely, boys, to accept 12 million. We paid 30 million on a 5-year contract.
I don't think this is a real thing.
I mean, his amortization right now would be, let's just call it 30 million over 5 years. You're looking at 7 million a year, 7 minus 30. So you're looking at 23 still owed on him.
Yes,
you're taking a huge loss. So for me,
I wouldn't make financial sense. And I've liked the look of him so far this preseason. I know you can't tell anything from it, and it is all about. And I should say this, without saying it, but for the players, it's all about getting minuto en el pierna, and that's all it is. But at the end of the day, and if anyone knows what that means, tell me in the chat. But end of the day, he's looked really good, and he looks influential in games, which he hasn't done at all at any point. And I agree, he's been out of position. I like him with Anderson, though. I like the look of that starting the season. I really, but at the same time, I'm trying to get Dominguez in there and Danilo in there. You know, I like the headaches that Cooper should have. But for me, it's a partner for Sangare. You've got to make him the main man.
What is the best combo? Let's assume we go in a 4-2-3-1. What's the best 6 and 8 combo? Chat, get your 6 and 8 combo in the chat. Who would you go with?
So I mean, I did put my team out on Twitter earlier and got absolutely
but no one follows you on Twitter,
Nico
mate.
Williams in there. I went with Anderson and Sangare because I think you've got that perfect mix of attacking play and defensive play in Sangare. And don't forget as well, these are world-class ball passers, which, you know, it's a simple thing. But last year, we couldn't string a pass together. Our passing was awful last year. Some of the passing statistics were dropping down to like 60-70% completed passing. It's a simple game at the end of the day in midfield. Now, like I just said, I think we've got a good problem because you've got Danilo, who's been brilliant in pre-season, and you've got Dominguez, who is just a brilliant player anyway. So it's a nice problem to have. But for me, you've got to have your star signings in there. There's a reason why they cost 30-35 million, both of them, and it's because they're some of the best players that you know money can buy. So have faith in them. I think they'll have a brilliant season, to be honest.
So you're saying Sangare and Anderson. I assume obviously Morgan Gibbs White in front, yeah? What are you saying?
MG Dub in the 10.
Yeah, what are you saying for the 6 and the 8? Because I know you love Dominguez.
Are you talking to?
Yeah.
No,
your name is still Ant, yeah?
Yeah, no, I didn't catch that bit.
All right.
Danilo I'm more concerned about because the guy is coming back to his best, I feel, and at his best, he's very, very exciting player.
But
and he could certainly play the 8, although I love the look of Anderson, I've got to say. So if I had to make a decision, my life depends on it, I would have to go Sangare and Anderson, but it really hurts me because
what about your boy Dominguez? You went Nuno out over Dominguez last year, mate.
I've not finished yet.
All right.
Because I really love Danilo and I really love Dominguez, but I just feel Anderson might have that little bit extra.
Yeah.
At the moment, maybe, perhaps. Look, it's a good problem to have, isn't it? I mean, when you list out midfielders for those positions, don't include Yates in that list.
Well, you have to.
No, because it brings the level down. When you say Anderson, Danilo, Dominguez, Sangare, that's 4 top players. And then when you add Yates, it brings the average down.
Yeah, but you bring the passion in, mate. You bring the passion in.
Oh, F you.
Just to defend Yates a bit. I mean, I think Yates is good at playing those games where you're winning the game and you need someone to come on and frustrate the opponent, get in their heads, make them get yellow cards, etc. He is good at that. I'll give that to him. And of course, he's Forest through and through. I'm not saying get rid of Yates. I'm saying as a Premier League team, we have better options to start with. Yates, for me, has to be a sub.
Yeah, before 100%. You answer it, as just catch up with a couple of the super chats. What's up with the £2 ticket released for the Villarreal game? When? I don't know yet, mate. I don't know. I'll send the club a message. I've also asked them about the shirts without sponsors. They said they'll get back to us on that one. I know a few of you are asking if you can get it sponsorless this year. Shout out to Marky Boy with the 23 months. Sangare looking lean and mean. He is. He's kind of shaping up to look like you, Mark.
I'm sure that comes up every stream.
I was thinking that, you know. I think Mark's got a little hack.
He's pretty active, so it comes up every stream.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been 23 months for about 23 years with Marky Boy. But shout out to Mark anyway on that. Appreciate it. Ez, so give me a 6 and 8. But before you do, I just need to nip to the loads of people are asking about the Fantasy Premier League in the chat. Can you just do a quick word on that and then talk about 6 and 8, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the FPL league is going to be up and running again. So I did put it in the chat. Let me see if I've still got it saved up. Pop in the chat again. So the link's in the chat there, guys. So it is up and running again. We'll start. I don't know how regular the shows are going to be, but with the league starting, I'm trying to get some guys to jump in with me for a couple of shows, and we'll get it set up. But yeah, get yourselves registered through that link, and we'll see who wins out on top next this time round. But Crypto, no excuses this time, mate. I don't want to hear any excuses from you. This is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use my chips.
I've already chosen my team.
You've had
I've
to
got
eat
Sangare
them.
in there. I've got Sangare in there.
Have you got Sangare?
I heard that is. He might not. I don't know.
Get it, you didn't get it. It's all right. You can watch it back.
No, I heard it. I've just been to the buffet, so it went over my head.
You can't argue, man. But my two. If a season was starting next weekend, I'd be looking to start with Anderson and Sangare as my two. But I'm gonna go over probably everything that you guys have said already. In terms of Dominguez, the one criticism I did have of him was he couldn't see out a 90 minutes last season. Now, one of the things he needs to work on is that stamina, because when he's on it, he was
injured
everywhere,
though, wasn't he?
Yes, I mean, it was more and more
the season that he'd been injured.
But yeah, exactly. But during the season, he still played. If he was injured in that sense, I really don't get it. Even in the games where throughout the season, he didn't do a full 90 minutes in any game, did he?
I'm with you, absolutely 100%. But maybe if the rest of the team were pressing as well, he wouldn't have to get through so much pressing work, which may make him last a bit longer, maybe.
We saw it on the pitch, didn't we? We saw him going and nobody else backing him up.
Oh, he's pressing on his own a lot of the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was pressing on his own, but he was...
The problem last season is that we couldn't control the midfield, so we're constantly moving back and forth. And the amount of energy that Dominguez was expanding was just crazy. I mean, he was all over the pitch. He was doing the most miles around the pitch in the game. So I don't think you can be too harsh and say, he can't.
No, definitely not. But I do like the look of what I've seen from Sangare and Anderson. They make us look
solid. Going to say Dominguez is here for a second.
No, I really don't like that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Dominguez, just because of his haircut.
No, yeah, I've fallen out with him. He's dropped down my pecking list, to be honest. But to be fair, we look solid. You know what we said? The overriding annoyance last season was set pieces, and we look so much taller in that department and much more solid with the players that we brought in. So far, I'm really happy with the business we've done, and I think it shows. Like Ant said, it's kind of, you can see what the thinking is. You can see what problems from last season are trying to address. But the next major thing, and I think this is what we're probably going to move on to now, is we need a striker. And I think we need a marquee striker. I think we need to smash our transfer record on this. And I think that's got to be our main signing this summer. Has got to be on a striker. I don't know if the chat agree or not, but if we're going to spend serious money on any position, it's got to be on a striker this season. Awoniyi, like I said, like Wolfie said on plenty of his videos, we're not going to discuss what's happening with his private matter. But when it comes to football and on the pitch, he wasn't reliable enough in terms of his minutes last season. And as good as Chris Wood was, again, he's in his latter years, so we need an alternative there. So if the chat agree, if we're going to spend serious money this summer, it has to be on a striker. That's got to be our marketing signing.
Chuck some names. What are you thinking? Because they are so scarce. I mean, we were discussing it yesterday over on Sava's channel, and I mean, it's like even naming the top 5 strikers in the world right now is a bit of a chore. So what are we looking at here? Yeah, I agree with you, by the way. I agree.
Out and out strikers are few and far between, but I think the way we play, we do need an out and out striker in that position right at the top of it. I do like that name. That's one of the names that makes sense to me. But there's another one that I've mentioned to you guys a while ago, and he looked pretty sharp in this Euros. I was surprised he didn't do well against England, but Daniel Malen, who plays for the Dutch team,
yeah.
I think he's at Dortmund. I think he's at Dortmund, but he's got about a £19 million price tag. He's well worth it, and he can play down the wing as well. He cuts in, but he could play central. He's a strong young player. I think he's still only 25, 26. So probably hitting the prime of his career. He's one that
Is he good
I think
enough,
is a bit
though?
left field.
Is he good enough?
I think he can make the step up.
That's not really a marquee
You've always said,
signing,
and I
is
do
it?
agree with you. Sorry. You've always said that I do agree with you. The most similar in types of league to the Premier League is the Bundesliga. And
Yeah.
to come from a Bundesliga to the Premier League, that's one thing I think does work in his favour. Taiwo did do it. Taiwo's injuries are what are fucking him up from being a real top striker in this league. But remember talking to the boys from AFTV, they were raving about Taiwo, and he came on for like 20 minutes against them. You know, they would have snapped him up then and there. You know, if they didn't know about his injury problems. But we need a striker, so that's for me is a key position for us this season. But I've loved what we've done so far in transfer market, and I think we're making up for a lot of the mistakes we've made down the years. All down the years. I've never seen Forest really have a good summer overall. You know, we've either bought too many players, not enough. It always seems to be we buy a load in and then we ship a load out. I'm
so glad as well as that we kept Nuno, because there was people sat here a few months ago wondering if we should get rid of him. And
well,
for me,
there was
Nuno,
the option.
Nuno's leading this you know, kind of war on who we should get in, the preseason, what positions we need, even things such as making the width of the pitch less, like Martin said. So Nuno is behind all this.
That's a bit of sacrilege, though, that is, isn't it?
I know. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I like that either. I've always liked the wide pitch.
Just for those who are wondering, they've narrowed the width of the City Ground pitch. It looks like by a decent chunk as well.
Yeah, it does.
I remember Billy Davis going the other way when he first
well, he
came
was
in.
pretty much on the pitch, wasn't he?
But
But yeah,
they just need to widen the seats.
But in the lower Brighton as well. I'm looking at some of these names you lot are putting in there, man. I mean, honestly, where
Mopai.
Like
That's got to be a joke, right? There, it's got to be.
Bamford. Come on, Dan, man. Come on, Dan.
Talking of brilliant strikers, though, it looks like we're not going to get Che Adams. Oh dear.
Woo! Forest, I love you for keeping your promise to me. They promised me no Che Adams, and Murillo will stay. Thank you.
That's another name I mentioned the other day, and if he could stay fit, I think he would suit us. Callum Wilson.
He's leaving Newcastle. He's leaving. Ben Jacobs said to me, he's going.
Well, I take
he's too old though. He's too old.
No.
No, he's got a good. He's got
not
a good
age, it's injuries. It's injuries. It's
injuries.
Yeah.
He's a finisher, man. He's a proper finisher.
Because you know what could happen, and it does sound really wild when you say it out loud, but his stock has definitely fallen, and that is Ivan Toney.
Well, Mark said it in the chat.
Yeah, if none of the big boys get, which they seem to have gone off him.
It's 40 mil.
From what
it's 40 mil, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 40 mil now. Well, we can do that. We can do that. So
we could.
Would you take that cheating little prick after what he did with Foamgate?
Yeah,
I take him.
He can make it. He can make it up to us. He can make it.
Chat. Would you take Tony? What? Sorry, Crypto.
Tony looked pretty good when he came on for the few minutes that Southgate gave him.
To be fair, he did.
Shout out Southgate for resigning. Yeah, he looked pretty good to me when he came on. I think someone like that would be perfect. I mean,
45 million tops.
Taiwo's always
I think that's
injured.
what it is.
Yeah, Taiwo's always injured, and then if Chris Wood has another brilliant season, then fair play to him. But I don't think we can have this huge expectation on Chris Wood, because what happened last season
is Chris Wood as your main man.
I don't mind Chris Wood as the main man, but he got to the point where we were relying on him because we had no backup, and that's not fair. What is he? 34 years old. That's not fair. We need a new striker coming
40 years old.
But whatever Chris Wood can do, whatever Chris Wood can do, trust me, Tony can do it better. He can press better. He can hold the ball up better. He's quicker. He can score better. I reckon he could be the guy for us. But
yeah. But
you know what I like the idea of, boys, is because Brentford annoyed me at the fact that they thought for a couple of seasons they could buy Brennan Johnson off us. I mean, who the hell do they think they are? For a start, that little car park in West London, no way. So we should be going after their players and just nicking them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just out of spite. Just out of spite.
They've got a couple that
No,
I
not
like. They've got
spite.
like
The fact is
Janssen.
we are a much bigger
I
club
think
than
he-
that.
I think he'd
I
be
hate that
brilliant.
terminology, but we're a bigger club.
I think Tony would be brilliant. He could be best mates with Harry Toffolo. I think he'd be great for us.
we
Don't
can have a little card school.
Crypto,
A little card school.
I've got to say, on this one, and S is talking about Broby from Ajax. There are some very slight rumors that I've heard about him and his agent coming to. He's quality, man. He scored like 31 goals for him last season. Okay, it's the Dutch league.
Is that spelled right?
Yeah, Brian Broby.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Yeah, but
Can you remember a certain
league.
player called? Can you remember a certain Brazilian called Anthony who tore the Dutch league up?
Can you remember a certain player called Ibrahim Sangare that you've been backing for the last 12 months?
Yeah, that's his international. No, I can't say that, can I?
Yeah, but that's like saying Langstaff from County would come and score 30 goals for us.
No, what
he
I'm
would be a
saying-
bad backup.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we
is
don't want a
you can't
backup. I want a
guarantee.
marquee
Yeah, we need a
striker.
starting striker. We need a
Well,
front
We've
man.
got.
Let me ask you guys about this
to
one.
lead it from the front.
Let me ask you guys in chat. What do you think about this one? From Arsenal, I do not rate him at all.
No.
Nketiah.
Nketiah. No, I don't rate him.
No.
Would anyone in the
He had a
chat be
couple of
interested?
spells. I've just seen that one. Sorry, he had a couple of spells last season, but no, not for me. He's not a starting striker. He's not a reliable striker, man. He's not.
I'm not a fan of his at all. I think
No.
he's useless.
I've seen him plenty of times, obviously, and I've
bet
not
you
been
have.
impressed on. Yeah, I've not been impressed
in
on
the flesh.
apart from the one goal he scored for about 30 yards. Literally, that is it. Nothing else I've seen from him.
He had one really good game last season, didn't he?
I think we're forgetting as well that last season some of the finishing from MGW and Alanga, who are probably going to be our starting two front players with Cho, was not great. So if you look at who can realistically score a goal for us consistently, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Wood. But apart from that, I wouldn't want to rely on Morgan Gibbs-White and Alanga to score. That they're both fantastic players. Don't get me wrong, but their shooting accuracy is not the best.
Ben, did you see his shot?
Were they shots? I thought they were passes to the corner flag.
Well, did you see it, Crypto, against Sunderland? That shot that went out for a throw in nearly on the halfway line.
I nearly caught it. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just totally off subject.
Yeah.
When we were talking earlier on about relationships and that, we forget that, and Ez mentioned
was that a
Cho
different stream?
and Aina and Elanga. Cho and Aina were at Chelsea, weren't they? So they were big buddies back then. They were mates back then at Chelsea.
Yeah, but they weren't playing regularly together on
No,
Chelsea.
no, but they were mates. We're talking
They would have
about
known each
off
other.
the field,
Well, can we talk about Aina? Can we talk about Aina? Because he is now officially my favorite player.
Isn't he?
He's my new favorite player. He's Pep's Murillo.
Niakate's gone, isn't it?
And Niakate, Muslim brother, man, it hurts, but he did what he needed to do for the cause. I gotta say, Aina, I'm gonna just chuck the statement out, is the best free signing we've had for ages.
Ever.
For me.
Ever.
You're gonna go ever? I'm just racking my brains thinking if there was
Even
a
in
good
your
one.
days, Anne, there was a lot of free signings in your day, weren't there?
No.
Weren't there?
No. Just because
I'm
the
trying to
figures
think.
given out those days might look free to you.
Quid, yeah.
To me.
Wolverine,
Yeah,
do you
Mike
think he's
Big
better
Box,
than?
isn't
Do you
it?
think he's better than Ren and Lodi?
Oh, don't do this to me, man.
Don't.
Ren and Lodi.
No,
or
let me
Aina?
put it this way. At this moment, I'd rather have Aina than Lodi.
I'd agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
not the
agree with
question.
that.
That's not the question.
I agree.
I agree
Well,
with that. I want to
that's
ask
the
the chat though, who is their favorite player currently? I know we did it on a video the other day, but get in the chat who your favorite player is.
I want to bring this up because you told me not to. So I'm going to.
Well, just before you
why
do,
are we allowing? Why are we? Go on then.
just before you do, remember you can win Aina's shirt on Football Prizes instantly if you hit ticket 43. Joker missed it by 42, so it's still going. Links pinned in the chat. If you're watching on your TV, you can just scan that with your phone. Go get your tickets now. Now I'm going to do a poll just asking, is Aina the best free signing ever? Someone give me some examples in the chat of who else we got for a free signing that would
I think
compete.
John O'Hare was a free signing in 1972. No, it
Yes,
was later
that's
than
the name that sprung to mind for me, Ant, when I was thinking free signings. Yeah,
I'm trying to think in that
It was
promotion
later
season,
than that anyway.
or
What
in that
about
season.
Brennan Johnson?
well, that's academy. That's getting all
That
technical
doesn't count.
now.
That's not free signing, is it? No, I'm
Brian
trying to
Roy
think.
was 2 mil. It was 2 mil.
No, he wasn't. It was 4 mil.
No, Frank Clark said 2.1, didn't he?
No, it was 4 mil.
Was it 4? Okay.
Yeah, 4.
You
4.
sure? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
And
was.
we bought Hoydonk for 4 mil. No, that was Hoydonk. That was Hoydonk.
No, Van Hooydonk was well after Roy, wasn't he? But
Hoydonk was 4 mil. Hoydonk was 4 mil. Roy was 2.1.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was 4 points.
Chat, someone check out who's right.
Check it out.
Did we pay for Jeff Thomas?
Who's saying 4 mil?
I can't remember.
I'm
Whether
thinking
we paid
it was 4
for Jeff
mil.
Thomas or not, it's not as good as Aina.
Don't forget, he was a World Cup player. He was playing in the World Cup for Holland at the time. And to get a
Eds, you're being corrected, mate. Apologize.
No,
wait,
I'm not.
Nikki's saying 4 mil, so it's definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong if Nikki's saying 4 mil.
No, sorry, I can't.
You don't want to be siding with Nikki on this one, man.
Nikki, come on, my bro. I know
I'm sure Van Hooydonk was 4 mil. I'm sure.
Right.
Someone check how much Van Hooydonk was.
Van Hooydonk was 4.5.
Yeah, around that 4.4, 4.5. Yeah,
4.5. Yeah.
Don't be like when you're saying Roy was 4 mil.
I said Roy was 4 million and Van Hooydonk was 4.5. I'm sure. If you rewind it, that's what I said.
All right,
we'll get Frank back on. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. We'll get Frank back on, and we'll
get Frankie on. Yeah,
we'll get Frank on.
And back to your point. Back to
my point. We all agree that Aina's a bloody good player and we want to keep him, I assume. So why is he left in the last year of his contract? Why are we not forcing him to sign a 5-year contract? What's going off? Because in January, he can piss off for free somewhere else. So we got to be careful here. I'm sure there were suitors.
Ooh,
because was it?
Yeah, but he's no Aina, is he? He's no Aina.
He fell off at the end of the season.
Great free signing, but
Laurie, shut up. Laurie, don't say it.
What did Laurie say?
Laurie's one is actually the worst free signing we've ever had.
What she said?
The worst one.
I'm not talking to Laurie anyway. She's cost me a holiday. So I'll go on Wednesday because of her. It's all your fault, Laurie.
How much was Roy Keane? Yeah.
35 grand.
Yeah.
What, David Prutton was free? David Prutton free? I wouldn't put him down as a great signing.
He came through the academy. Yeah, he was academy.
Yeah, but you can't count the academy stuff.
No, they don't count. They're not free signings.
Yeah, I know. It's like counting John. And also, I wouldn't put David Prutton as... He's a lovely bloke, by the way, but I wouldn't put him down as an elite signing.
No, he wasn't a great player at Forest. Come on, let's be honest. He wasn't.
He did a job in the midfield, but it wasn't elite.
Did you just say
Keane did a job, mate? The fucking Kitman did the job.
Did you say that?
Did I say what?
Did Des say that Dave Prutton was a great player for Forest?
No, I said he wasn't a great player. He said he did a job.
Right, I said I thought you said he was a great player.
Anyway, back to the point. Oh my God, this is really quickly turning into a GOR stream, isn't it? The reason, and we haven't extended Aina's contract is because the option was the club had an option to extend by a year.
You're talking utter bullshit.
No, I'm not. That's facts.
No, it's true.
I'm not denying it's a fact, but because we signed him for 1 year with a year option, right?
And
after the year, we took up the year option. After the year, we should have got him on a 4-year, 5-year contract. Because now
maybe we didn't have to.
In January, it can sign for somebody else for free.
No, but maybe we've got.
He could have turned around and said,
"Do you think the club are going to take a risk with him?" Sorry, go on. Let me just say this point. I don't think the club are going to make a. You know what? For the first time in a long time, as a Forest fan, I feel like we've got our transfer business right, and I don't think we're going to take a risk with missing out on Aina.
So why isn't he on a long-term contract then?
Because I think they've already got agreement with him that come to the end of the season, he will get a 4 or 5 year contract. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah. He's got to be settled.
How old is he?
How old is he coming for him in January? He's going to say no because I've said I'll sign for these.
Why do you think Real Madrid are coming for every player that we have?
If Real Madrid coming for him in January, if they do,
I'd say that.
That means
For
he's
free.
had a storming first half of the season, and then he's probably
Well. So
caught their
nobody's going to
attention.
come in for him for free. You can guarantee me that, can you? For
No,
free.
I think we've got first refusal. I think we got first refusal on any contract.
No, we had first refusal. We've extended the
anymore.
contract by a year.
So we still
Ant
get
we
first
is
right,
refusal at the
Ant
end
is
of the
right.
season. No, you're saying at the end of the season we haven't got first refusal on him.
It's
No.
too late by then. He can talk in January.
January, he could talk to clubs, mate.
They're
He
going
can
to
be
talk
gone.
to him before, but
effectively
I'm not
January.
in any.
Free.
But yeah, but
I'm
maybe
not
it could be
in
his decision. It could be his.
I'm not
decision.
worrying about him not signing another contract with us, honestly. There must
Yeah,
be
but-
a reason
good-
why we
good
only
for
gave
you.
another year. And there must be a
But
reason.
what if
There must be a
Liverpool come in
reason.
for him in January for free? Is he going to turn them down?
Yeah, Ez, I think Ant's point is valid. What
I
Ant's
understand his
saying
point.
here,
I
let me
genuinely
just
do.
let me tune up his argument. What he's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ant, is what?
Cheeky side. Let me tune up his argument.
You got to tune it up for all right. Let me put it in the kids' language. Ant is saying,
Oh,
what if
that's it.
Einar's form continues and progresses on the trajectory he's at, and come December he's the hottest left back in the league? For example, I'm not saying he will be, but he's getting that way.
Yeah,
His head could be turned, and Forest have slipped up by not tying him down in that previous contract renewal. And am I kind of near the mark with what I'm saying? there?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
but-
exactly.
yeah,
That's well
but
condensed.
that could be the
That
player's
could be his
decision as well.
decision. Yeah,
That- yeah,
exactly.
you
That
don't
could
wanna
be-
leave
that
it
could
to
be
the
the
player,
player.
Ed.
You go with it. You go with it.
You don't want to
Pritchard.
leave it to the player. Seriously.
Yeah, but their
But it's not
agent,
Murillo.
their agent might be
Don't leave
thinking.
it to players because they will go for the big bucks and the glamour club. They will.
Yeah, but maybe
No,
maybe
what
that's
they're
his
saying,
agent
Ant,
advises.
let me
Maybe that's his
translate what
agent
they're saying in
advises.
layman's terms now, right? What they're saying
Fuck me,
is,
what's this turned into?
well, I'm just saying, I'm just gonna like bridge the divide here. What they're
Come on,
saying,
bridge
Ant,
it.
is maybe Forest did offer him an extended 3-year deal, and he said, "No, I'm happy with the 1-year
Is
trigger."
that what you were saying, Ez?
Yes, it is.
In that case, he's
Potentially.
even more likely to go then, isn't it? Forest should
Mm.
know. Fucking hell, no. You sign it now. Here's your big pay rise.
Yeah, so what we
You
gonna
don't
do?
say,
We
"All
can't
right,
cut our-
then,
but then we'd
we'll
cut our
bench it
nose
or
off.
we'll."
And put it this way, right? If this player was Murillo and they said to Murillo, now we'll give you a 5-year contract, and Murillo turned around and said, I'd rather have a 1-year contract, because he knows that he can go somewhere else on a much bigger salary.
Yeah, but
And
that is so like if
But
he
it-
said, if
it's
she said, if
agents,
they
look.
said.
No,
And maybe-
hypothetically, I'm just saying that agents will be in their ear saying, you know, you don't want
Yeah,
to
I
sign
know.
up to this because there's a potential to do this.
But
in
as
a
far
year's
as
time.
we're aware, at the end of the season that's just finished, there was nobody coming in for Aina. There was no talk about him or anything. So at that point, Forest should have sat him down, presented him with a very attractive package to keep him at this football club for the next 4 to 5 years. That way, if he does become a world superstar, I'm not, of course, saying he will do, but
He
if
will.
he
will.
did, we would be in prime position to get plenty of spondulics, right?
No,
You know,
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
That's
stop.
it.
Time out.
Hang on.
Luke's right. He is right. This is correct. It's coming back to me. I think we did a bloody video on this.
This is
Forest
what I
have
said,
another
man.
year's
You said no.
extension option on the option. Okay.
So what are we pitching
That's
about
what I
that then?
said. You said no.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
let me
right.
Let me counter it. Let me
Okay.
counter this. Let me counter this.
Okay.
If somebody comes in for him in January, even if we've got an option, how much do you think they're going to offer on?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does
Yeah, we can
matter.
say that on
No.
any contract length.
It
So you've only
doesn't.
got 18 months of your contract left. That's a lot. You're worth a lot less than if you've got 4 years of contract left. That's fact, mate.
Oh, you're talking his value.
Yes, it's value.
I
yes.
thought you were saying if someone came in January, offered him a contract, could he go? No, is the answer.
No, if
Okay.
they came in to buy him, he's
Yeah.
worth a lot less with 18 months than he would be with
Yeah.
4 years.
I
I just
do.
think I just think
And no
I
one
can't
would be
stand why we're
buying
not
him,
just
would they?
nailing him.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think the thing for me on this one is it almost feels not disrespectful. That's too strong a word, but non-committal from Forest not offering a longer contract.
It's
If
very
it is
weird.
Forest, doing it, yeah.
But can I
Can't imagine it not being.
can I give a counter argument as to maybe why that is?
You can try.
And that's maybe, and we saw him score the equalising goal the other day as well. But we still got Omar Richards.
Did he?
Maybe the Forest are hedging their bets. He scored the equaliser, didn't he?
Yeah, he
No,
did.
it was Omar.
Fantastic goal.
It was a
Oh,
cracking
you're
goal.
talking about
as
Omar
well.
now. You're talking about Omar.
Yeah.
Omar,
Oh,
yeah,
you're talking about
yeah.
Aina.
Richards.
You're confusing me with
Omar.
all these bloody
Yeah.
left backs, mate.
So maybe Forest are waiting to see how this investment comes along, because we did pay a fair bit of money for Richards, and we've not seen him in a Forest shirt deliver anything yet apart from that goal the other day. Maybe Forest are waiting to see how he turns out before giving another player a 4 or 5 year contract. So I think it works well for both parties. I don't really see the problem with this.
We'll
have to agree to disagree, because I think Aina is worth a 4-year contract to protect ourselves. But
it just doesn't work like that. If you played FIFA career mode,
no, it does. It works exactly like that, mate. That's exactly how it works.
On FIFA career mode, no player will accept more than a 1-year extension. No player will accept more than 1-year extension on FIFA career mode.
It's true. It's true.
It's gospel.
All right.
It's gospel.
Obviously,
FIFA never lies. FIFA never lies. Kujo's saying Steve Cook and Lehigh were both free. What did he call his dogs after the Arsenal game? Can you remember?
Gunnar, isn't it?
Was it 1 or 2 he got?
No, just one.
One dog. He was quality. I liked him. Okay, and then I just need to answer a couple of questions. Marky Boy back in the chat.
Sorry.
It was him anyway. It was him. Yeah. Marky with the 23 months, man. Mark, send me the picture. I want to see it. Feels like 23 years for me too. Yeah, well, it does. How much are we paying Milenkovic per week? I have the answer to that, and you can find out tomorrow on the interview with Ben Jacobs. Do not miss the interview we did with him. Absolute quality. The answer is there for you. It's not what some people have been reporting. And Jay's just said, I've got ticket 1, 2, 3 on football prizes. What does this mean? So you didn't win the Insta win prize, but you are in the draw for the Murillo signed framed shirts, mate. So hold on to your tickets. Once the draw happens, I think it's on Wednesday this week. If they put out ticket 1, 2, 3, you get that beautiful signed framed LED lit up as well Murillo shirt. You guys can guess all you want, right? You're nowhere near the mark. You're nowhere near the mark. Nowhere near the mark. And he really wanted to come to Forest, by the way. I love this guy already.
I do as well, gotta admit. I'm really up for him.
Yeah. So
that's all right. Is that what you say, Paul?
Sounding a bit like Enzo Dominguez last season, mate.
Unlike our other centre back who really wants to leave Forest.
Well, again, full stuff coming out on that from Ben Jacobs on tomorrow's video. And honestly, Murillo, it's interesting what Ben Jacobs had to say on Murillo. It really is. I don't want to spoil it.
Another quick point. No, just quick point. I think this is going to be probably one of the last big clear outs we have. And I think going on from here, as long as Forest have a solid season, it will be about adding 2 or 3 players to enhance your squad going forward. I think we'll have a massive clear out, and after that we'll settle down. But this seems to be the most organized transfer market we've had for a long time, and it started off well. Let's not jinx it. Let's hope it goes, and we don't have this panic on transfer deadline day. Although I still would like 1 or 2 players coming in on the deadline.
At least,
ideally, we get the business done early this time round, because the preseason
we're doing a 6-hour bloody podcast. I mean, we want
man. I mean, exactly. We'll be staring at the wall. We need another Sangare. Sorry, Jay, you got the golden ticket. So you're in for the draw to win 500 quid. If you look on the website of Football Prizes, there's a July £500 giveaway, and you've just got a ticket into that. So congratulations, mate, on that one. Okay, let's move on and talk about the next thing. But before we do, guys, we've got 897 with us tonight across all platforms. Thank you all for chilling. But we're at 162 likes. Take a quick second. Everyone take a quick breather. Everyone grab a sip of your drink. While you're doing that, get those likes. We should be on 200 likes comfortably. So make sure you hit that like button while we have a sip. Cheers to everyone. And now you've all done that. Have they all done it? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. 10 more of you did. As Mark, I've missed him. I've tickled that like, as Mark would say. So make sure you've hit that like button. And something else to add. Ben told me about a new player exclusive that Forest have been linked with, who's no one's talked about yet. And it's a quality player, a quality player. I'll give you a clue. It's a midfielder. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to watch the video tomorrow. Maybe if we get to 300 likes tonight, I might spill the name. But
is there a player we would have heard of though, mate?
Well, it
Is there-
depends how well versed you are in the football. Ant has definitely not
I've
heard
played
of him.
FIFA. I've played FIFA.
You will have heard of him. Ant will not have heard of him. It's
Okay.
it's not Camavinga, man.
I might surprise you because Arsenal might have been in for him in the past. So you know, like with Danilo, you know, I know all about Danilo.
Okay, should we have a quick chat about the kits?
Yeah.
So
Let's go for it.
Yeah, why not?
for full clarity, we've seen the home kit before it came out. We saw the away kit before it came out. When I say we saw it, literally got to see it once, right?
Mm.
And I don't know why the person didn't want me to have it, because they thought I would share it with the world, which, to be fair to them, I probably would have. But yes, so we've seen the leaked kit. I'm pretty sure that's exactly as I remember it, apart from it had the sponsor on the one I saw. Now, that's not been released yet. The third kit I have not seen. I don't think you boys have either. What I'm being told, it's like sky blue / white. But that's all besides the point. When it comes out, I don't know yet. No one's told me that either. Now, I am mentioning it right now, Seeking. I am mentioning it right now. Now, in terms of the home kit, the home kit is out for 75 quid. If you want to add a name, a number, and a Premier League badge, it's going to cost you 97 quid all in. That's not for all three kits. That's just for the home kit. So you can times that by 3 if you're planning on getting all the kits. They're charging £6 for the Premier League stickery logo thing, which I'm pretty sure for the last 2 years, boys, has been free on the kit. I'm trying to think when I picked them up. But there was no cost on that.
Yeah, free,
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was just stuck on. Yeah.
Well, let's not say free.
It wasn't embroidered, but it was.
Yeah,
it was included. Yeah,
it was included. It's like free postage on eBay. It's just slapped on the thing.
And Wolverine, how much are the children's kits? Are they really cheap? So to encourage new supporters?
No, I can't remember how much they were. I think Nick was telling me the price of the kit for Logan.
Are they not £40 for a junior shirt?
Is it 40 quid? I can't chat. How much is it? I can't remember. Dan, I've asked that to the club. They said they'll get back to me on it. So as soon as I get confirmation on that, I'll let you know. It's 50 quid for the juniors, according to Seeking.
45.
So for a man with a couple of boys, it's a pretty penny, isn't it?
Yeah, 200 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, but look, my problem with it is okay, you don't have to buy it if you don't want to, right? That's fair enough. But when you got a little kid nagging at your feet, I mean, I get it, my boy with his Arsenal tops, right? They're just as ridiculously priced, by the way. And I think Sava was saying to us yesterday, and the Spurs kit's 130 quid.
Yeah, there's
and Chelsea as well. Maybe 45 posted. Yeah. My point here is, are they pricing out the fans on this? Yes, we all know you don't have to buy it if you can't afford it or don't want to. We're probably going to be stupid and buy it anyway. But what I'm seeing more and more of, especially if you look on social media, is everyone's just putting links out for DH Gate. Here's the Forest kit, get it for 15 quid. You know, are they going to end up just pushing everyone to the Chinese market this way? What are they doing here? Who wants to kick this one off?
It's growing up. When I was growing up, sorry. So when I was growing up, they alternated the kit. So 1 year you got the new home kit, the following season you got
the away kit, and
they lasted for basically 2 seasons.
3 years. Yeah,
essentially, and that system was fine and it worked. But the world's moved on, and the world's moved on massively without Nottingham Forest for the majority of it. Last 2 seasons we've been in the Premier League. But the club's not used to the demand that's come over the last couple of years. It's been beyond anything we've had, even in our heyday. You know, it was totally different. But so they've been ill prepared for a start with a lot of things. You know, we had kits running out. The promotion season, we had kits running out at Christmas. You couldn't buy a kit after Christmas, and they never replenished the stock on that at all. Since we've been in the Premier League, we obviously tried to get in the second year. We got the kit made by Adidas, which was a big move, huge move. You know, it's a status symbol, isn't it? And it was a reminder.
And that jumped the price up. This
is the point I was going to get to. But it was also like, you know, going an attachment to the past, because we won the European Cups in Adidas kits. You know, so it was a bit of a link back to that. And they made a big deal of it. So you felt like it kind of justified the price. But going into it now, and you look at it, we're not used to this. As Forest fans, we're not used to it. Forest aren't used to running out of kits and selling out. But the way the prices are going at the moment, and we were lucky last season, a couple of us were anyway, we got a free kit from the club as a gift. But I'm hoping we get another one this season as well, mate. Make sure you have that chat, because we'll promote the kits, obviously. But if I'd had to have paid the full price, I wouldn't have bought a full price kit. I bought I think I bought the home kit at the end of the season when it went on sale, but I wouldn't have bought it. So it's priced me out for sure. I will never buy it. From now on, with the prices that they are, unless I've hit the lottery, mate, I ain't buying a brand new kit when they first come
You're
out.
all right, Ed. I've got good news for you.
Go
Because
on.
you can get a junior kit and
Not anymore, man. Have you seen the gun?
and yeah, but the junior kits don't have a sponsor on the front because it's a betting company.
Yeah,
so even better,
I know,
mate.
it'll be a halal kit, innit?
Yeah, hello kit, yeah. Spot on.
I think one of the points to talk about is that when they shafted everyone with the price of season ticket rises, there was some talk that maybe they'll counteract it somewhat with cheaper shirts, and they've done the exact opposite. They've put the season ticket prices up.
Who suggested that?
Well, did you mention? It was you, wasn't it, Ben? It was you that said it.
It wasn't me, but everything has gone up. The season tickets have gone up. The membership scheme is ridiculous.
And don't forget, we've got first team kit, second team kit, third team kit, training kit, traveling kit. All the kits we got.
Sleeping kit.
I think
and this is coming
sneaky.
from crypto. We bought about 6 kits last season, so
and every player he's got is left.
Half the players didn't play. Well, this year I'm buying a Ryan Yates kit anyway, so I know he'll be safe. But the thing is, I think they've been a bit sneaky because I think they're not releasing the away kit, etc., on purpose. So everybody goes out and buys the home kit. You know, it was on sale Friday. Everybody goes out and buys the home kit. Then what do? Release the away kit a week or two later. Oh, that looks nice. Maybe it looks nicer than the home kit. I'll have to go and buy that now as well.
Well, no, come on. Let's be fair for a second. If people haven't got enough self-control, you know, you can't just blame the club all the time.
Yeah, but if you support
people have got to look at themselves seriously.
Yeah, but people are die-hard Forest fans. They want to wear the shirt to the match.
Yeah, but nobody, they can call themselves diehard whatever, but nobody's actually holding a gun to their heads to say you have to buy this kit. And if you can't wait another 2 weeks till the next one comes out to make your mind up, then you're not a proper Forest fan. If people think that others are judging them on that, then what's the world come to, man? What's the world come to?
The thing is, look, the kit price is whatever, right? The thing that bugs me about it, one is the £6 for the Premier League logo. But at the end of the season, we all know it goes down to 20 quid. And Forest are not selling this at a loss. Let's not beat around the bush here. They are not selling it at a loss. The profit margin on these kits, and this isn't just aimed at Forest. This is aimed at, like we heard yesterday, at Spurs, 130 quid when you get all the bells and whistles with the kit. They are taking the mick out of fans. If you got 2 kits,
we've been too harsh on Forest. We've been doing it for 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Other clubs have been doing it for decades.
No, we're no different. We're no different to any other club. We're no different to any other.
Yeah.
By the way, can we stop saying it's like 75 quid for the kit? It's not. It's 75 quid for the shirt.
For the shirt.
The kit is a shirt, shorts, and socks. That'll cost you 100 quid.
You need a mortgage for that.
If you're looking at it from like a commercial aspect, they're always going to put the price up because it's supply and demand. And I went into the Forest shop a few times last year, and some of the sizes are gone. So if they're going to sell out, they're just going to charge more because they know they can do it.
Yeah, we know.
It's that simple. It's that simple. The people who will be whose job it will be to set the prices and make money probably aren't even Forest fans. It's a business at the end of the day.
It is. Yeah.
I agree with Josh is saying. He's saying, agreed. It's a complete joke that these clubs are rinsing their fans for money. The problem is American owners are used to profitable sports teams, which rarely exist in Europe.
They all do it. It's not American owners. They all do it. PSG do it. They all do it.
That was my problem, Josh. I was looking for a 9XL and they didn't have it.
You'll be down that shop when my brother goes in to complain, mate. You get down there.
He'll be weighing it. Just out of
sizes.
interest, just type in H or A if you prefer the home or the away kit, just on style chat. I'm curious. But yeah, okay. So that's the kit done, right? I want to talk on more positive things, right? We're getting closer now to the start of the season. Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves. Well, I can't remember the order of the game. If we go into these games with, let's say we get another striker and a winger, for example. Realistically, boys, are you now feeling more confident? I know we've only had 2 friendlies. We've got Millwall coming up on Tuesday and everything. But realistically, am I being a bit over optimistic when I think Forest being somewhere near the top of the table isn't really an unrealistic expectation? I mean, and shout out to the youth team today, beating Bournemouth 3-2. 3-2. They got the 3-2 scoreline, man, that we've been craving against Bournemouth. So shout out to them.
I didn't realize Alex Myton still played for us.
Yeah, how's he still a youth, man? He feels like he's been here forever. So, anyway, but what are you saying? Is it unrealistic to expect Forest after 3 or 4 games to be somewhere near the top? Go on,
yes. I mean, unless we do a Leicester City.
What do you mean, yes?
I think realistically, with the team we've got and with the knowledge and know-how that Nuno has, if obviously I want to say we'll be near the top, but if I'm thinking realistically, I think we should be aiming for maybe mid-table. I mean, 10th would be brilliant.
And I'm not saying by the end of the season. I'm saying after the first 3 or 4 games.
Well, we definitely won't be top of the table after the first 3 or 4 games because we'll only have a maximum of 12 points on the board. But look,
what?
What?
After the first 3 games, we won't be top if we won all 3.
Sorry, I thought you were saying we'd have like 12 points by the end of the season. Anyway,
all that heat's going to your head
It's the strawberry daiquiris. It's the strawberry daiquiris or strawberry meteors, whatever they're called. First 4 games. Yeah, I think it's nice to have a bunch of games that aren't against the top 6. Potentially, we could get the points, but at the end of the day, it's Nottingham Forest, so I have absolutely zero faith in them. But yeah, it's nice to see us have some less challenging matches, and if we get off to a good start, it will make us feel better for the rest of the season. Because these last 2 seasons have been a nightmare, not knowing whether we're staying up, whether we're going down. So I hope we do kick on with a good start, but whether we'll be top of the table, I'm not quite sure about that. I think we'll be I think we'll still be mid-table or so after the first 3 or 4 games.
I think looking at them, there's a very good possibility we could be top of the table, and it's nice to see after screwing us over for the last 2 seasons, the Premier League have actually given us a home game to start the season with and to end the season with, because we got screwed over for both of our opening 2 seasons in the Premier League.
I think in 2018, I think even in Championship last couple of seasons. If I remember right, in 2018. Yeah. But, it was last time we started at home. Yeah.
But yeah, looking at fixtures, I told you, Bournemouth have turned into our bogey team. If we can get over that and start the season well with a win, every chance. And I am really positive going into it, man. I think they realised what the biggest issues were last season in terms of conceding goals. And conceding goals was set pieces, because how many times did we get actually ripped open by other teams? How many times did teams cut through us? It was set pieces. And we've bought the height in. We've bought
midfield.
Not just the height, real quality player in Milenkovic.
Let's just hope he doesn't start getting megged.
No,
the thing about Milenkovic
as well. One thing we were missing last season, and Ant said it so many times at games, is leadership on the pitch. We were and then we were relying on someone like Yatesy coming on because there's no natural leaders on the pitch, but he's a leader. The goalkeeper looks like he could be a leader. It could bring out the best in other players as well. Murillo, whether he stays or whether he goes, at the moment he's starting that season. He's got he'll have a Premier League season under his belt. You'll see more confidence from him. And we've already talked about Callum Hudson-Odoi. We're going to get Callum Hudson-Odoi. Sorry, just last point. Hopefully, starting the season, buzzing, you know, not having to prove himself. So it's a whole new ball game. It really is. Sorry, Crypto, go on.
I was just gonna.
I'm still recovering from that Biden comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna fall off my chair in a minute.
Are you gonna
Don't forget
resign from leader of FFTV as well now, mate?
Yeah, just don't sniff the back of my head, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say on Murillo, whether he stays or goes, I still think he'll put 100% in this season because he's still got in the back of his mind that he wants to play for Man City or whoever it is. So he will put all of the effort in that he did last season, whether he stays or goes. If I'm being selfish, I'd want him to stay for the club because I think he's brilliant. But if he doesn't want to be at Forest, then let him go.
Well, guess what? You will find out exactly where Murillo's headspace is.
Oh, no, I told you 6 bloody months ago he'd want to go. It's no big secret, is it?
Well, I haven't even told these boys what Ben had to say. So, Phil, to answer your question, what chance do you think Murillo will be staying at the start of the season? Your answer will be available in tomorrow's video, and it's a
is this an important point? Is this an important question? Because I think it is. MG Dub is a fantastic player, and he's obviously a real focal point for the team. But is he a leader on the pitch? And do we need to give it to somebody else?
It's one of those by examples, isn't he? He's not. I don't think he's a.
He's one of the hardest workers.
Leader. But by example. And you know my views on. I don't give a shit who's captain. You know. So. There you go.
Yeah, but someone's got to be getting into it.
I'd give it to Murillo,
that's why Niakate and Bolly were good when they had the odd, on-field captaincy because they have a go at the players. They lead from the back.
I'd probably give it to the new boy, Milenkovic.
You want leaders. They don't have to be captains.
You need leadership.
You want a leader in defence, a leader in midfield, and then somebody to lead the press up front.
I disagree with theirs. I wouldn't have Murillo as it because he'd be saying, "Come
on,
let's play well."
No, I think Milenkovic
next year.
He'd be saying,
Milenkovic, bro. Yeah, I agree with Matt D.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can have a brand new player as the captain.
Why not?
Why not?
Weird. If that's what he's done, if that's his character,
they don't know the squad.
Of course you can. Yeah,
of course you can.
You said what you do, Crypto, is let me just tell you how it works. You walk onto a training pitch, say, lads, I'm making Milenkovic captain. They'll say, okay, Gaffer, and then you go on the pitch and he's
but they won't say okay, Gaffer. They say, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
Because Milenkovic is 6'5", built like a big shit out.
Carlos is
nobody's going to back chat him.
Carlos could knock him out straight away, 6'8".
No, not necessarily. Because Milenkovic is built.
If we're going on high, I'd give Lemmy O'Brien the captaincy.
O'Brien. We do need to touch on a couple of those players.
Back out then.
All right, let's just. TC, by the way, I've been seeing your comments. He's like, let's be realistic about where Forest finish. We're only talking about the first 3 games, bro, right? Can Forest end up top of the league? And just to look at the poll on the kits, 38% of you prefer the home kit, 25 prefer the away kit, 25 prefer both, and 11 don't like either of them. So there you go. There's interesting. Size doesn't matter. Says Nicky Ziggy. Okay. Sharky with the £2. Don't forget Sharky's Butler 23 months of skiving. Shout out to Sharky's Butler. Shout out to Sharky for the £2. Guys, don't forget to hit the like buttons. There's a few tickets left. You guys are banging out these Murillo sign framed LED shirt sign thing. Go grab the last few tickets if you want to get it. I want to just touch, Anna, I want to start with you on this one. The Fringe players, in terms of Dennis, O'Brien, and Bowler, and Omar Richards, who a couple of them were casted out under the previous regime. Some have been injured, as we know. Some have grown legs back in that time since they've signed before kicking a ball. Any thoughts on any of those players standing out to you in the preseason? Well, add the old adage that we know it's preseason.
The only one I would consider keeping is Omar Richards.
Really?
The rest of them are not good enough.
Dennis?
Anymore. I'd consider. Sorry, I forgot Dennis. Yeah, no, I would keep Dennis as well. I'd be happy to if we don't get anybody else, in the front line. I'd be happy to keep Dennis because I think he's still got a lot to offer. Okay, but if we got somebody, if we got somebody else in, if we got another winger in, then I could let Dennis go because I don't think he's a part of Nuno's plans. So there's no point in keeping him.
Yeah.
So I would get rid of Dennis if we bought another forward player in.
Just
I think
chat, you started doing it.
I would keep Richards because we need him actually on that left back.
Don't you think Dennis is better
right
than
back.
Origi as a backup?
Yes.
Dennis is
I'm better than
as a
Origi.
backup.
Yeah. A lot better, yeah. In my opinion, a lot better.
Chat, start putting in who you would keep out of those guys. Go on, as Lisa.
I was going to say, agreeing with that comment that Richards replaces Toff as a backup.
Yeah, go on, elaborate on that because why?
I mean, one thing you can say about Toffolo, he did play with his heart and soul last season. He scored. He became a goal threat during a small period of time as well from set pieces. But I don't think he really has the legs for the type of game we want to play. We have to change the way we play when he's on the pitch, and it doesn't suit. He's not a straight swap for Aina, but I think Richards more is, and I liked him before he came to us. There was a reason that lad was at Bayern Munich, and obviously that injury that wasn't picked up before we signed him cost him. It cost him a season out of Forest first team. He managed to get some minutes playing at Olympiacos, and now he's getting some minutes in pre-season. I think he's part of the picture for Nuno, and I think he suits the type of way we play. But he's the only one. Yeah. Lewis O'Brien, no. And Dennis, no, because I think we are looking at another winger. Purely for that reason, no. If we weren't looking at another one, then I would say yes, give him a chance.
We're looking at a really good one, by the way.
Exactly.
Really
so I think he's not going to be in the picture long term. So out of the players that are on the fringes, as we would say, Omar Richards, I don't think Bowler's got a chance. Unfortunately, I don't think he's not even. He struggled when he went back to Blackpool last season. He didn't help them at all.
Sorry, Bowler. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Bowler. Yeah,
he went Cardiff.
Yeah, but he did
good. Million. Now you're saying he went to freaking Blackpool, man. This break's not done your memory too good.
He did go back to Blackpool. He did go back to Blackpool.
Do you not remember?
Last year. That was last year.
We're talking about last year. I said he couldn't even do it then.
He was at Cardiff.
Oh my God, was he not at Blackpool at half a season as well?
I can't remember.
He was. Trust me, when we had Lee Charles on, he was at Blackpool. He couldn't play against us. Remember?
What's his name again? Josh, I'm not googling it. Josh Bowler. Carry on. Keep talking.
But yeah, he can't even play at championship level anymore.
Oh crap, he did as well. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. I think he played 25 games for them last year. Now that I remember,
the only reason I remember it is because Lee's missus was like crazy about him, and she was so pleased when he went back. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. As you got one thing right tonight.
All right.
Someone made a good comment
once a year.
Someone made a good comment in the chat that Toffolo was better under Cooper. The reason being is because Cooper didn't send the players forward past the halfway line. Toffolo is all right at defending, but as soon as you ask him to run forward down the wing and then get back, he can't do it. And we saw it last season. He lost his man a few times trying to get back to play defensive. So for me, Toffolo is one of the players.
I like him.
I like him as a person. He's a good person for the club.
But I think
as a footballer, I think he's a decent enough left back. He's just that you have to play a defensive type of game.
Maybe
we're playing too much wing play.
At a team lower down the Premier League, he's still a Premier League player in my opinion, but for a team lower down, I think we are.
Premier League, we finished 17th.
Yeah, I think we're looking a little bit
relegated.
Can I say on Toffolo, like me and Si, shout out Simon.
He'd suit a Leicester. He would suit a Leicester.
He's very good at crossing though. His crosses are brilliant, much better than Morgan gives.
His crosses are very good.
Got a good. He's good.
Very good.
Aina can cross the ball as well. And Richards
Murillo
can.
Richards
got a good left hand. Richards got a very.
Can I just mention how far have we come when a couple of seasons ago we were really upset about Lewis O'Brien saying he's such a fantastic midfielder, the best midfielder we've got. Why has he gone away?
Player of the month.
Now we don't even.
No,
I'd keep him. No,
I wouldn't.
I would
for many reasons. I wouldn't for many reasons.
When would he ever get a
No, I
game
wouldn't do that.
with all those
League Cup.
midfielders?
League Cup.
We've got,
Yeah,
we've got the
FA
numbers.
Cup.
Dominguez
We've
is
got-
better than
We've got the
him.
guys that are going to be playing in the first team.
Yeah.
We've got the guys that.
Oh, he
are-
stopped to
that
read
won't be
that
playing-
message, boys. Do you
No,
know
no,
it's
no,
no
no,
other
no,
message.
no,
He
no,
stopped.
no.
The only way to shut Ant up is when when he gets praised.
So blatant as well.
Right,
So
so-
blatant.
And you
bro.
make this show. Come on, man. Come on. Like, seriously.
Bradley, come
My
on, man.
boy.
It's
You
not
killed him, man.
Bradley. That's why I stopped in my tracks.
Tell you what, nobody considered when we were going back to the beginning of the show with the midfield. Nobody considered Sangare is 6, Danilo is 8, and Anderson is 10.
Well, what would you do with Morgan Gibbs White?
Yeah, but you can't
Yeah,
drop.
what
You
you-
can't
what
drop
you
a
do
best
with
player
Danilo?
from last season.
He could play in the League Cup.
No, right. No, can we not have Ant Love, please? Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. No, what I'll tell you what you didn't consider, Ant, and the rest of you, is 4-3-3. Why not go
Yeah, but we didn't
Sangare?
consider that because you asked us to do it in a formation of.
I mean,
4-2-3-1.
since when have you
He
ever
did.
listened to the rules, Ken? Seriously, when have you ever listened to the rules before?
On
Right?
this one occasion, we did.
Yeah, you decided this one time, like it must be a full moon out there or an eclipse or something. Right. But all right, go on then, Crypto.
Maybe.
Would you put 3 across the midfield? Would you go for like a Sangare, Danilo, and an Anderson?
So I'll say what I always say. It depends on who you've got up front.
Oh,
Because, well, it's true. If you've got Chris Wood up front, you need to have that balance in midfield with wingers crossing the ball in. Chris Wood is like Harry Kane. He does not work unless balls come into the box. He's exactly the same type of striker as Harry Kane. He's better, but he's the same type of striker. If you're going through the middle with a striker, then yes, potentially you could do that. But it all depends on your lead man.
sorry, you know you get the messages on the bottom
I'm
of
more
your
like
your
Kamala
screen.
Harris
No,
than
listen,
Wood.
on your Windows panel, right? I just had breaking news. Biden 81 pulls out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm surprised he
I
got it in
breaking-
at that age.
I just had a Sky News notification saying Joe Biden who replaces him, so I might run for presidency.
Crypto for that. Sorry. Anyway, I've lost. Well, I don't know what we were talking about. Oh yeah, O'Brien.
TC agrees with me, so that's it. If
But
agrees
TC
with
thinks
you,
I'm going to be bottom after 3 games, right? You and TC are in your Biden camp right now. Anyway, all right. How have we been going for an hour and a half? And we've
I know, I've
literally
seen it.
spoke bollocks
90
like the
minutes
whole
in.
time. All right. Should we wrap it up there? Now,
Yeah.
M did say,
hit the like.
and the members, she says, the morning vid, can it be dropped for the members tonight? I'll tell you what, if I get the editing done in time, I'm going to be up till about 12 editing it at least. So if you're still awake, then I will drop it for the members so you can see it first.
Nice.
Now, I might do it in 2 parts. It's 45 minutes, a really long, interesting one. It's the first half is about players leaving, the second half about in the incoming. So I might split it into 2 videos for you guys tomorrow, just to make it more bite-sized for you. But yeah, you did, TC. You did. I'll scroll up. Don't make me scroll up. So in that video, you're gonna have the story on Morgan Gibbs White, Murillo, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, and who's the other one that was linked to leaving? And someone else. Can't remember who it is.
Potential new
Worrell.
winger.
Worrell, not Worrell. I should have asked him about Worrell. And then on the ins, we'll give you the update on Saar, on Riquelme, on the new player that Ben says is linked to Forest.
Riquelme.
Huh?
Riquelme, not Riquelme.
I know, I call him Riquelme. And also a player who Forest are very keen on something to do. Cheers, Mark. I'm literally going to be editing for the next 2 hours for your pleasure, right? Yeah, I'm glad I'll help you go to sleep, Marky boy. I'm glad I'll help you. By the way, Geordie, he does talk a lot about Newcastle in the whole Elanga thing, and some interesting stuff for the Newcastle fans as well on there. So make sure you check out. And by the way, he's a top player. He's a Leicester fan. That's the one bad notch I've got against him.
He's
But
a Leicester fan. He wears horrendous jumpers that everybody loves, and he could talk for England. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy, yeah. So look out for that if you remember, probably around midnight by the time I get it finished and up and everything. Please hit the like. I hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. It's been quite fun.
1,000 of you guys in, man. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
don't forget to hit the like. Hit the like.
Yeah, and shout out to Rob, because Rob, where were you, mate? He was meant to be coming on, but anyway. But yeah, hit the like, go get your Murillo ticket, scan that QR code, or hit the link in the chat comments thing. We will see you, if you remember, tonight at midnight. If you want to catch it at midnight, become a member. It's only 99p. Otherwise, we'll see you on the videos tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.